Hey, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. If you thought you were hot yesterday, well, just go to thinking that. It's going to be hotter. Today we're expecting it to be somewhere right around 96 with a heat index reaching 109 before the afternoon is over. Yeah, 109. Now we have a 60% chance of showers scattered between now and 3, and thunderstorm activity could happen sometime between 3 and 5 in the afternoon. That's the outlook at this point. Keep in mind, it's Mother Nature, and she sometimes can change her outlook on that. We'll have all those details coming up in just a few moments to get you updated with everything that's happening. Headlines from around the world here in America. What's shaping America? We're going to find that out in a moment. We got local headlines beginning at 7 a.m. The gang is in. Well, they're not smiling, but they are here. They hadn't had enough coffee. Really, it makes the world a nicer place to live. If you haven't had a cup yet, go get one. We'll be right back. Right now, we got to change everything. We got to get a good mood going as we go to Collinsville. Let's go to the First Baptist Church now. Get us a good message to start the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a word of the day today, and that word is paradox. And do you ever use that word? Paradox comes straight into English from the Greek language and literally means contrary to opinion. It's something that is against common sense, but is actually true. For instance, here's a common paradox that people say: less is more. Well, common sense would say that less is less and more is more. But in certain situations, indeed, less is more. Well, today's proverb is a paradox. Listen to Proverbs 11:24. One freely gives, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. So did you hear the paradox? Common sense would say that the person who freely gives away his wealth would grow poorer. And you would expect that a person who hoards his wealth would grow richer. But contrary to common sense, God says one who gives freely will grow the richer, and the one who withholds grows the poorer. God's wisdom often contradicts the world's wisdom. So if you want your wealth to grow, be open-handed and be generous in sharing it with others. God will bless that generosity and return to you generously. But if you want your wealth to shrink, be close-handed and miserly. God will withhold blessing from you and you'll suffer want. So choose wisely. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. I do hope that gave you an uplifting message there. As we look at what's going on, and we're going to get into this with a forecast when it comes to hurricane season. We're down to a Category 4 now, but boy, the devastation that it has left as it cut across Jamaica. A lot of things flooded and destroyed as it has come across there, makes its way toward Jamaica, toward Mexico. And we will be looking at this, a possibility of a little bit there near Corpus Christi getting heavy rain from this storm. We'll look at it just enough to where it could be in the cone headed towards the Texas coastline. We'll look at all that here in just a few moments. As we see that 3 firefighters have been injured out in California, these wildfires that are going on. Dangerous, 3 of them. Heat exhaustion is what caused that. And if you hadn't been around a firefighter lately at a fire, with especially what we've got, these 104, 105, talking with the fire department last night at a car fire of just these outfits they have to wear, their gear. And to be at a fire, it's bad. Think about those guys for what they do every day. Dog owners, we got dog owners in the studio with me right now. Delaware, you could be fined soon for your dog barking at a neighbor. When will it stop? Is this not an overreach of the government? Is it not? I understand that some neighbors' dogs are annoying and they won't, but really? Fines? What have we come to? Small thoughts there for what's going on in Delaware. Isn't Biden from there?
Yeah, I think so.
I think. I might be wrong on that. It's becoming mutiny. 25 Democrats have turned on Joe and say he needs to go. That's 25. They're mounting. I think this may have been a plan. We'll talk about that some this morning also. Let's see what else is happening this morning as we look around. Delta Airlines made an emergency landing at JFK. Medics were standing by as, well, they were given contaminated food. Can you imagine being on an airplane, that tight space, and getting some bad food? Whoa.
2 bathrooms.
Yeah. 2 little bitty bathrooms, we might add. They made the emergency landing. Everybody's going to be okay, but still. Let's see here. That same story there as we see those folks. This is just sad that we're getting to this in America, period. A 19-year-old is suing the state of Florida. You're thinking, why on earth would this happen? Well, they've passed a law that puts restrictions on businesses that have adult entertainment. She works at a entertainment place that doesn't quite go all of the way, but she's been fired because, well, the law says she can't do that. And she's suing now because she's under the age of 21, and she feels that she should be able to do this. It's a sad day when that's a child. I don't care how you slice it. That's somebody who is a 19. You're not an adult yet. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. The state of America that we're in, of what people think are right and wrong. Uh-oh, we got another person, and it looks like another company is going to be filing for bankruptcy. I don't see how this one made it this long. Y'all remember the days of Blockbuster Video, don't you? Yeah. Well, the thing that took its place was a thing called Redbox. You used to see them on every corner in front of stores where you could change them out for DVDs. Filing for bankruptcy. Not much call for that anymore. Technology has just really changed the world and what happens there. Let's see here. I wanted to touch on this. I don't care who you are. You don't need to go there. Oprah Winfrey, y'all remember Joan Rivers, Can We Talk? She's this interview had to be years and years ago, and why she's going back on it now. But never poke fun at somebody for the way they look. And she's calling out Joan Rivers from 15 years ago because Joan Rivers told her at the end of the show that she couldn't come back unless she lost 15 pounds. Odie has never told me that. I might need to, but he's never told me. It's just not nice. Joan Rivers, I guess at her worst is what you would call that. We've got your forecast still around the corner as we start this day. We'd love to hear from you. There was an accident earlier on Highway 145 involved an MPD cruiser and a deer. Should be cleaned up. Now, Lewis Recker was on the way for that. No injuries reported near Mathis Peaches this morning. A few of the things that we've got coming up for you beginning at 7 this morning. Can y'all believe July the 3rd? Woo! This year is moving as we welcome the 4th tomorrow. We'll tell you all about the celebrations, also of where you can go, you and the family, to enjoy these shows. That's all up and coming here in a few moments at the Scotty Ray Report. The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
The temperatures have been teeter-totting this morning as we look at this on, let me get the right button here. I need to pull this up here. The right button. Temperatures have been teeter-totting somewhere between 79 and 80 all morning long. Whoa, that's hot for this time of morning. Before 6 a.m., 80 degrees, and it was that way at around 4:15 this morning. Right now, as we get the day started, sitting at 79. Here's what our records were. Back in 1970, we set a high record of 102. Now, again, today only supposed to be 96, but the heat index will outdo that. Our coolest day of the year was set in 1924, as we had a record low of 57 on this date. That's kind of chilly compared to 80 at this time, isn't it? Sure is. Let's see what else we've got. As we come across here to see, let's move that out of the way there. We do see that we've got showers expected today in Demopolis, about 95, 94 there in Clanton, 97 in Birmingham, Alabama is the high that is expected. This is what we see for Mississippi. hot, and hotter as we glance at this. We'll see 96 in Meridian, same in Philadelphia, and even a little bit warmer there in Columbus as we go down the Mississippi River, seeing anywhere from 98 at Greenwood down to 96 down to Natchez, Mississippi. So warm it will be as we come across to see what the outlook of this stuff is. Look at this. Now, again, we've predicted 109 today. As you get in these areas here, northwest of Jackson, a touch of Neshoba County could hit 115 on the heat index side. Louisville, all in this. If you're in the Louisville area watching this, caution, caution, caution. We don't need anybody having a heat stroke anywhere in this map. Now, this is the worst of the times will be at night, so work early, work late. One of the two. Be careful as we look at this. As we go back, here's the outlook for tomorrow all the way over through Friday. We see the 4th of July will be a level 2 for our area, which could mean we could have temperatures, those heat indexes up to 110. We see that the day after, we'll cut it back to about 105. Boy, that's a major change, isn't it? Yeah. As we move forward, the outlook here, we could see some cooler temperatures getting back to normal before long. But look back at California. More of the same as August nears. Our 7-day forecast begins with that 95 to 96 today, somewhere between a 50 to 60% chance of showers. Thunderstorm activity could be between 3 and 5. Now, we will have hit and miss showers between now and there. Mother Nature, it could change its mind, but nothing horrible. As we look at the 4th of July, we're showing that a 50% chance of showers in the forecast, high of 95. Should clear away for all the fun activities tomorrow evening. As we see the weekend begins, we'll get rain on Friday, 80% chance there, moving in with some thunderstorms over the weekend. Still looking at that on Saturday with a 70% chance there. We'll see Sunday down to 50% chance, and then rain chances ramp back up Monday and Tuesday at a 60% chance of showers. The outlook, we'll see some 80-degree weather on the 10th and 11th, and back into the 90s we go. It will be warm all the way through the 17th. Somewhere anywhere between 30 to 50% chance of showers each of those days. Nothing horrifying as we watch the weather forecast. Now, fishing, what's going to happen today? Your best time to be on the water today should be right at 11 o'clock today through about 1. 11 to 1 is perfect for fishing. Hope you can enjoy that. The wind's going to be calm, becoming south-southeast around 5 miles an hour this afternoon. Perfect time anytime you're on the water, isn't it? That's what a fisherman will tell you. Now, what's going on with this? We'll look at our map, our radar here in just a second to show you exactly what we have. Here goes, as we have a 20% chance of this that developed off the coast of Africa becoming something. Right now, Burl is a Category 4 moving along at 144 miles an hour, gusts of 173 miles an hour, 946 millibars, moving west-northwest at 20 miles an hour. Now, let's pull up radar so you can see exactly where the old girl is this morning, bright and early, as we see this. Here's radar this morning as we look at this. Here she sits right here, moving along the Caribbean. As I mentioned, it will come through here. As it comes out, there is this chance that the eye of it will go into Mexico, but you'll see here, way up to Corpus Christi, we're showing that we could see heavy rain. Kingsville, right up through there is what we're looking at. Ingleside, these areas along the Texas coastline could see this. Something to watch. It'll develop, and we'll keep you posted as to what goes on with this. And again, as it makes sure this will be a Category 1, whether it's in Mexico or in the U.S. Everything seems to be toward Mexico at this point. It can move. We'll watch that closely over the next few days. We've got a great show lined up for you. I hope you're going to be back as we'll begin the show. We're going to make coffee and get everything ready here in the next few moments as we'll go back live beginning at 7 o'clock sharp to fill you in on everything that's gone on. Won't you join us? Be a part of it. We'd love to hear from you, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever the case is that you have. We'd love to hear from you. See us, won't you? All begins at 7 here at the Scotty Ray Report. We'll be back live soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.